Hello and welcome to Auto Spec Bits. I'm here with the 2026 Subaru Solterra, an all-wheel drive electric vehicle. My question is it capable of being an adventure vehicle? Can you camp in it? What's the interior size like? What's the seats feel like when they're down? The climate control. Is there a way to keep the climate control on and actually sleep in it? Is it noisy when the climate control is running? What's the ability for the car to know to not kill its battery completely? Some other manufacturers have a certain mode where at 20%, it stops the climate control and makes sure that it doesn't drain itself completely down when you're in a keep climate on mode. And packed with features, decent ground clearance, all-wheel drive. It's got X mode, a Subaru off-roading feature. And my question is just how capable is it as an off-road vehicle? Is it comfortable? Is it worth it? It's a beautiful unit. Looks great, feels great inside, pretty nice to drive, packed with features, great sound system. An MSRP of $45,555, looking at 338 horsepower. It's a bit of a heavy vehicle being an EV, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and thank you for watching. All right, sun's just going down behind us here. Got the old tape measure out. One button to open the trunk. Let's do a bit of measurements. From the ground, where your lift gate lifts up to be about 73 inches. The overall width of the opening, looking at about 41. Internally, there's a bit of storage underneath here. We'll put the charging adapters in there. We'll take off the included seat or rear hatch cover thing there. To the seats, you're looking at about 28 inches. Let's crawl on in, get the seats folded down. And let's see, just as is, we're at about 61, or about 5 feet. We'll call it 5 feet to the passenger seat. The seat's pretty far back right now, but it's at a comfortable length for people to use. There is an AC outlet that we'll go through and test. Overall, pretty spacious. Definitely a decent amount of room in there. The seat, the latches for the rear seat protrude. And you're looking at about 42 and a half inches there as far as usable width. So spacious unit, quite open. Seats don't fold down completely flat. They still have a bit of an incline to them. And bring it in here. So this is the power outlet. 120 volt AC in the rear, subwoofer back there, or our speaker, and so the seats folded. Pull those up. Nice and easy to release them. Just flip that and they fold down. Not completely horizontal, but mostly. So let's say this is demonstration of getting to a campsite. Pull up and park. Then once you get done and you shut things off, it gives you this option. It seems to me that this is the only option to keep the vehicle in a climate staying on mode. And vehicle will turn off if parked for 1 hour, and it kind of comes and goes with your doors open. So we're going to select no. and see how the dynamics are with leaving the vehicle. Say we then go with the back seat, do some things in here. Climate is still on. Let's turn climate to a nice, comfy 72. It's gonna be around freezing tonight. Started the test mostly at 80%. We're down to 79% now. Overall, the back seat is pretty spacious. Decent amount of leg room here. All right, let's take a look at, ow, and how it is to be in here with, so these seats don't fold flat. They are definitely on quite a bit of an incline, and here, sitting here on them definitely makes me want to kind of fall backward. Let's get some measurements. Get a measurement. I've got both seats pulled all the way up the front. So let's say that you built some kind of platform or something to span the big gap. Looking at about 82 inches to the passenger seat, and get a measurement to the top of the center console. Looking at about 74 there. But you could probably construct a platform that goes up and over this. The gap here is giant. There is so much open space there. And I am not a big guy. And in order to lay flat, my entire neck is off the seat. There is almost no way that it would be comfortable to sleep in the back of this. Yep. Not great. You would need to build some kind of platform, something to go up and over all this, because that is just a giant chasm. So as far as practicality, right off the showroom floor of being a jump-in car camper, extremely low. In one person, if you're under 6 foot, could comfortably get in here on a diagonal. But and these are at quite of an angle. I know some people love camping in their Model Ys, and was hoping this could be something that's comparable to that. But let's do a climate test here. It's been on, we're looking at about 640 right now, and we're at 78%. So gonna do a few check-ins with the climate and see how it goes. Checking in a few hours later. It is 10:09 p.m. and we're down to 74%. See, I think it was at 79 at about 640. So just over about 3.5 hours later, we've lost about 5%. Not too bad. Set it at 72 degrees in here, and it's comfortable. It's currently about 40 degrees outside. When you get out and the climate is still on, and you shut the door, it beeps at you. Beeps at you, and it says in there, key not detected. Check key location. That's because the key's in my pocket. With the key, if you try to lock it, nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. Only way that I've found to be able to lock it is once you're in the car, still, even in the car, the key fob does nothing. So the only way I found that able to lock it is through the physical lock buttons. And seems like there's no exact way to keep climate on, be able to leave the vehicle, and feel like it's secure. Definitely very different than a dog mode or a keep climate on mode. So, seems like it's not exactly built to be a vehicle that you camp in. So, but we'll check in again a bit later. All right, here we are a few hours later, 1:14 a.m., down to 68%, and a readout of 134 miles left. Outside, the exterior temperature is 35 degrees Fahrenheit. In here, we've got climate still rocking at 72, and been going through, doing some searching through the wonderful system here on how to shut things off. I did find for the interior dome lights, it is this button. We'll turn those off, both the front and rear dome lights. And then in the system, going to settings, and then display, you can shut this display off. And then it goes dark. No idea how to shut that one off. And to turn it back on, tap it, and then touch to turn it back on. So the little screen, I think we're just gonna cover that up with a sweatshirt. With the glass roof, there is a power shade. Pretty nice. Here at the Out of Spec track, I'm in the gravel lot doing this experiment, and there's a bright light overhead, and it'll be nice to cover that up. I have yet to find, did a bit of searching online for possibly window covers, see how those are available, and did not find anything specifically for the Solterra. And definitely found windshield shades. There's plenty of old Forester and things like that, and might be able to find something comparable for window shades, but might be stuck making your own. So we'll turn that light back on and head on out to check out the sleeping situation. There's the beep again, and the system is still making a decent whirring noise that you hear outside. It's not too pronounced inside. Pretty fun thing. It has a foot-activated rear liftgate for opening and closing. Here I've got my makeshift camp mat. The mattress are old, not necessarily old, but I've had them for many years, but it's made out of this purple pillow material. And each one of these weighs about 11 pounds. That is serious comfort, but pretty skinny. I made the mistake earlier of getting out and leaving my shoes out here, and there is no way to open the rear hatch, the rear liftgate from inside. Tried even pressing these buttons, because you can get your hand underneath when it's closed and hit the buttons. And that's basically saying don't slam your hands in there. So I tried the key fob and that didn't work, and I had to go out the passenger door. So I'm gonna close it up here with the foot activation. And climb on in the back seat. I stowed that thing that usually goes in the back there, stowed that in the floor. On the other side, I took the headrest off and flipped it around and brought it up just a little bit. So then there's a little more extra support for your head. So we're gonna go up here, hit the lock, turn off the interior lights, and everything goes pretty dark. Only things doing a shine of light is the park symbol and a bit of things up on the dash there. 2 USB-Cs back here. And actually we'll turn that back on. And I am not, again, I'm not a very tall person. I'm under 6 foot, probably about 5'7", and barely enough room to be comfortable on diagonal in here. If I were to try to lie straight with the headrest up and a pillow over it, there is suitable support there. So I think 2 people under 6 foot should be able to lay in here, but not the best. So not the most room, but could be done. Could be suitable for a short duration. In the morning, we'll do a test of the 120 volt AC outlet and see if we can boil some water with that. And yeah, I'll let you know how it goes in the morning. Check in then. Have a good night. Well, here we are. Good morning. Sleep is decent. Not too bad. Wasn't too loud. It's thankfully nice and quiet here. So exterior noise was not really able to be tested, but the subtle whir of the climate control lulled me to sleep. Let's take a look at the state of the battery. It is 9:45 a.m. and the battery is down to 53%. It is still about 33 degrees out. The low overnight was 29. Excellent sleep. Let's take a look at the lack of a front trunk. There is nowhere to put your gear up here. Also, there is no glove box. Nothing there. There is a nice center console that opens omnidirectionally. And excellent padding to the top of that. I measured the ground clearance and I got right around their advertised of 8.3 inches. I even got about 8.5, 8.5. So not too shabby. So let's see if the power outlet will boil some water. I've got my little electric kettle here, my tea ready to go. It is showing a nice 122.5 volts at a clean 60 hertz. I'm going to turn it to the power factor in the amps screen. Click the switch and start the boiler. Drawing 9 amps, power factor of 1. Excellent. That's the low watts, high watts. So we're pulling 1,080 watts. It is rated for 1,500. I'm already starting to hear some bubbling going on. This battery is a 74.7 kilowatt hour rated pack. There's talking that the curb weight is 4,510 pounds. Got a wheelbase of 112.2 inches and a length of 184.6. Nice that they changed the charging port to a North American charging standard. Just press the left-hand side and it pops open. Again, 338 horsepower, 5-passenger, synchronous electric motor with integrated transaxle at front and rear axles. There is the ability to vary your regen, and that's accomplished with these little paddle shifters in the back. And when you're in drive, so minus actually gives you more regen, plus gives you less. And then here on the left-hand side, there will be a little kind of chevron icons. Okay, we're boiling away already. The car overall has decent lane hold function and lane change assist, adaptive cruise control. Might have seen in the interior videos, just behind the steering wheel, there's a couple of infrared lights that are always watching the driver's eyes. Here we go. Just clicked off. Pretty quick to boil some water. And that is going to be piping hot. Some piping hot tea in the morning. Not a bad test of a decent SUV. It was comfortable, it was quiet, somewhat lacking in storage, somewhat lacking in convenience feature in as such as a dog mode or keep climate or camp mode. Camp mode would really be nice. That one touch and it just stays on. Going to test and see how the function runs down at 0. But my previous data indicates that it will drain your battery completely down. It will take it down to 0 with the climate on. So that's something to be mindful. That if you are staying in it, not to oversleep, because you might be left stranded. So we'll call it there. I'm going to enjoy my tea for the day. Thank you for watching Out of Spec Bits, and hopefully we'll be camping in a few more things in the future. Have a good one. Bye.